What's up guys, I'm Vic, aka the Cali Coach, back with another video. Now I know I've not been active on the channel the last few weeks, and that's simply because I had a dip in motivation. Now I live in Belgium, and because of the pandemic that's been going on, the gyms are still closed. Now if you know me, you know that I like to combine calisthenics with some additional weights, and that's not been possible for the last few months. So I had a little dip of that, but now we're back with another video. In today's video I'm going to share with you 5 tips that will help you improve your planche progress. So if you want to find out what these 5 things are that help me making faster progress in my planche journey, then make sure you stick to the end of the video. But as always, before we get into that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate any one of you that's been a part of the family already. And without further ado, let's get started. Right, so the first thing that I would recommend is to make sure you warm up properly at the beginning of your planche workouts. Most important stretches that you can do are stretches for your mobility work and your legs. Because remember, how farther your legs can go open, the easier your straddle planche will be. As you can see, I don't hold any exercise longer than 2 seconds. This means I am doing dynamic stretching and no static stretching. Besides your legs, another element that's very important to warm up properly are your wrists. When doing planche or planche workouts, you will put a lot of pressure on those wrists. I'll usually warm up for like 10 to 15 minutes and then I'll get into the workouts. Now moving on, I got my second tip for you, which is master the basics first. As you already know, planche is a really advanced skill, so before you start with practicing it, you really want to make sure you master your basics. With the basics, I mean push-ups, bike push-ups, and even a normal handstand hold. Trust me, when you're able to do a normal handstand hold with a clean form and you're able to hold it for at least 20 seconds, then you're moving on to practicing planche. This will really translate into good and faster progress. You need your shoulders to be ready to learn the planche. If you can't do a handstand yet, then make sure to watch my previous video that I made on how to master the handstand. Moving on, I got tip number 3, which is practice more holds than strengthening exercises. From my experience, I learned that doing holds are more effective than doing strengthening exercises. What I mean by that is practice a tuck planche hold until you got a clean form. Move on to an advanced tuck until you got a clean form. Then you can move on to a V-straddle. If you're able to hold a V-straddle with straight legs and straight arms for at least 5 seconds, you can move on to a 45-degree V-straddle, and those holds are very effective. Moving on, I got tip number 4 for you, which is listen to your body. Now with training planche, you will notice you will have some pain and difficulties in ligaments or muscles that you're not used to. For example, after every planche training I was really sore in my forearms, so what I would do is just keep on training for like 2 days on. But guys, don't do that. You need to give your body some rest to recover and get back stronger. So what I would recommend is, if you have any kind of these pains, just take a day off or train other exercises that don't hurt on that place. For example, you can do scapula push-ups or work on some core stability. So this brings us to the last tip which I have for you guys, which is training frequency. Once you start doing this, you will really see some results in your planche journey. So now let me explain what the frequency should be. I recommend you train anywhere from 3 to 5 times a week for the planche. Now this should be for every calisthenics movement that you want to learn, because there is a thing called muscle memory. Now what that means is that your body can adapt to a situation that it should be in. For example, when you're holding a planche, that's an unnatural movement, but if you're doing that a lot, your body will tell your mind that it needs to adapt to that situation. This thing is called muscle memory. Your muscles get used to doing that movement. So when training the planche, it's really important you trigger your body frequently to hold it in that position. So as I've already mentioned, a perfect frequency would be 3 to 5 times a week. I'm training 1 day on, 1 day off. Another important thing when training frequently is don't do the same workout over and over again. So for example, if you did a lot of planche variation holds, you want to make sure that your next planche training will include more strengthening exercises. It's important that you keep implementing different exercises to keep strengthening your body. So guys, there you have it. Those are 5 things that will really help you progress faster in your planche journey. Also, feel free to drop some comments with some video ideas that you guys want to see in the next upcoming videos. And without further ado, I'll see you next week with a new video. Peace.